everyone, and welcome back to the Slay with Shay platform. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the family. Please do hit that subscribe button, and thank you to everybody that's been tuning into my videos and engaging with my content so far. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do at Slay with Shay UK. I'll put the link in my description box. I love engaging with my followers, so please do follow me on Instagram if you're not already. So today's video, I wanted to come back with another story time. So if you have not already watched my first story time that I did about my bailiff experience, please make sure that before you watch this one, you need to go and you need to watch that one. And I basically explain that now and again, I will do story time segments where I talk about situations that I found myself in during my periods of financial difficulty. So yeah, if you haven't watched that video, please go and watch it. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about my pyramid scheme experience. Well, my almost pyramid scheme experience. Now, I have a lot of hate for pyramid schemes or anything that kind of talks about refer this person and sell this product and then recruit 10 other people to do the same thing. I am so against them. I'm aware that there are probably some that work really well and some where people actually make money from it. Won't knock them, can't knock anyone's hustle, but I am really not a fan of schemes that basically try to exploit people who are looking for ways to make more money. I'm so against them, and I think they're such bad vibes, and I will forever be against them. But I thought it would be good to just tell the story of how I almost fell into one myself without realizing, and also to talk about how to prevent yourselves from finding yourself in similar situations as well. So let me get straight into it. So randomly, one day, basically I got a message from a guy who I used to work with. So I used to work in Sainsbury's supermarket. It was my first job when I was in college, so I worked there when I was about 16 or so. And there was a guy there that I worked with. We always got on well. Didn't really speak to him that much, but you know when it's like hi bye, always good vibes, that sort of thing. And I had him on Facebook. And a few years after I'd left Sainsbury's, he was still on there. So I think one day I must have randomly got a message from him, and he said that he had a proposition for me, or he had something that he wanted to talk to me about. He knew that I worked in a bank. I think he basically said, like, you seem like someone that's really on like finances and making money, etc. So he basically said that he wanted to talk to me about something, and I must have given him my number because he called me, because I mean, yeah, well, yeah, how else do people call you if they don't have your number, Shay? Yeah, so I must have given him my number. He calls me and he's like, oh my God, like I've got this really exciting opportunity. I can't even talk too much about it. It's that exciting. Basically on this day, like you can bring anyone you want, bring friends, etc. We'll go to this place and you'll hear all about it. I've made quite a lot of money. And to be honest, when I look back, he could have been inviting me to some drug ring or some like I don't know what. And there's me listening and being like, oh my God, like, okay. And he was like, yeah, and like this opportunity, it's been endorsed by Donald Trump. To be honest, at that moment, I should have really known to just exit stage left. But yeah, at the time, I don't even know if I even really that part resonated with me. I was just like, okay, he was really selling me this opportunity without actually telling me what it was. That already in itself is the first sign. When they're like pitching this overly amazing opportunity where you can just make so much money, but yet they're not actually telling you how that's going to work, and they're just trying to lure you in with all these stories of how much money you can make, etc., and they haven't even explained what it is, that's already a bad sign. So anyway, so he does all of that, and he's like, yeah, on this date or whatever, like you can come along to this thing where you can hear more about this exciting opportunity. And yeah, looking back, I really don't know why I actually like agreed. I had quite a close circle of friends, and we all used to always bounce ideas off each other about like how to make more money, always like sending each other jobs, etc. Whenever there were career fairs, I would always go with this particular group of friends. And so yeah, I think I must have reached out to them, but only one of them I think was available. So shout out to JK. This is a public apology to my friend JK for dragging him into this situation. So I called JK and I basically tried to regurgitate the same thing that this guy had told me about this exciting opportunity on this day. And JK's like, okay, what is it, kind of thing? And I'm like, I don't know, but it sounds exciting. And and the thing is as well, but I didn't know this guy that well, the guy that I worked with. but the way like he came across, he just seemed like someone that was well put together and that he was smart. So I just felt like, okay, if he's gonna bring something to me, it must be something worthwhile. At least that's what I thought. So that's how I tried to sell it to JK. At first, JK was a bit like, okay, I really have no idea where you're bringing me or what you're taking me to, but because it's you, Shay, fine, we can go. And I was like, oh, by the way, you have to wear a suit, because this is another thing as well. He was like, we have to dress smart. And I was like, maybe it's like a group interview and I was like, you never know, JK, we might get there, we might be interviewed on the spot, so we need to be looking the part. And yeah, if you know JK, trying to convince him to put a suit on for absolutely no reason is, he ain't putting a suit on unless it's like a special occasion, basically. JK, you know, you got to put your suit on, etc. And he's like, Shay, honestly, if I didn't love you, the fact that you're even making me put a suit on, and I still have no idea what this is about. But anyway, the day comes, I drive to JK's house, that guy comes and picks us up. Or did we drive to him? I don't remember. Anyway, we get into his car, he drives us there. And honestly, now I'm telling the story and I'm looking back, I'm like, we really could have been driven to anywhere. We actually had no idea where we were going. We had no idea like the area. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. The only thing that I had in my mind was, this is going to be an exciting opportunity for me to make money. Great, this is what I need. You know, I was struggling financially at the time. I definitely was never trying to break any kind of laws. So any way I could make money within the boundaries of the law, of course, I was down for it, basically. So he drove us to this place and then we got there. It was kind of like I don't even know if it was like a school or a theatre or whatever it was. It had theatre style seating and like a big stage. And then you get there, there's this dramatic music, all of this scenery and lighting. There's this presentation that gets done first, like a good 5-minute presentation. And even within that presentation, you still have no idea what this thing is. It's just this presentation that's bigging up this company and how amazing it is and how, like, you know, successful it is, and a video of Donald Trump endorsing this company, etc. And we're still like, we've got no idea what's going on here. Then a couple of people come on the stage and there's a guy that comes on the stage and he's just,
before this company, I was living at home, I was broke, I had this, that debt, but now I'm living in my own 5-bedroom mansion and I've got this and I've got a Rolex.
It's like proper dramatic acting and you're just like, okay. And then there's another person that comes on and she's like,
oh, before this company, you know, I had nothing and now I'm like the regional manager and I just want to say thank you.
Like, when I say this acting, you need to give them awards for the acting that was going on, yeah? And me and JK are sitting there and we're just like, what on earth? What on earth have we found ourselves in, yeah? So anyway, more and more of these kind of presentations and this theatric acting happens. And then we basically are led into, like, I suppose, like a foyer kind of area where they're like talking to different people and they're basically getting people to sign up to this company. Now, from my understanding of how it worked, you would sell like gas, electric, and different things like that, like household utilities, basically, to people, and then somehow you would get a bit of money from that, but then you also needed to recruit other people to do the same thing for you to be able to make money off of them too. And when you get there, they're like, yeah, you need to pay £400 today. Why am I always finding myself in situations where I've got to pay £400 for stuff? I just clocked. If you watch my bailiff video, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so the guy's like, yeah, you pay £400 and to sign up, and then once you sign up, then you can start selling services and you need to recruit a certain amount of people to be able to make money. And it was just so ridiculous. And JK's like, okay, but do you make money though? And then the guy's like, yeah, I drive a Sirocco, I do this, I do that. And JK's like, I'm not convinced one bit. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, so, but the reason why I'm here is because I don't have money. So you want me to give you £400? My account is even minus £400, and you want me to give you £400? You people are wicked. And that's exactly what they do. They, in my opinion, they prey on vulnerable people who are literally looking for quick ways to make money, and they convince them that if they put money into this scheme, that eventually they will get that money back tenfold, when of course there's no guarantee that's going to happen. And actually, you're literally it's almost like you're having to hard sell these things to people and then like try and bring more other people and recruit more people into it, and it literally is a pyramid scheme. So anyway, it's safe to say we went home, we did not part with £400. because yeah, speaking for myself, I didn't have that, so there was no way I was going to part with something that I didn't have anyway. But even if I did, the whole thing just sounded very, very, very suspect, and it very much sounded like we would find ourselves in a situation where we would have lost money. So yeah, that was pretty much long and short of it. And yeah, when I look back, I just think how ridiculous that I almost found myself in that situation, considering that the person who even invited me was someone that I didn't really know that well. And yeah, essentially him inviting us, if we had signed up, he would have probably got money off the back of that. So yeah, this is just literally just to say, like, if you are struggling financially, it can be so easy to kind of hear things that just sound really like too good to be true, quick fix, get rich schemes, and you're just like, oh, well, I've got nothing else to lose, like, might as well. But if they're asking you to part with money that you know you don't have, and then on top of that, they're asking you to recruit more people into it, I'm so sorry. That should be already a warning sign that it's not for you. And be very, very careful of that, because I find that with these schemes, they are often always preying on people who they know are struggling financially, who they know want more money. You wouldn't see them trying to offer up these schemes to people who are actually like wealthy or financially stable. So don't allow yourself to get sucked into these things, because honestly, at that time, the way I was feeling, I don't want to say I was feeling desperate, because of course there were certain things I would just not do, but I was literally at a place like, okay, however I can make money. Like if someone's saying to me, you know, like they've got this fantastic opportunity, okay, cool, talk to me about it. As long as it's nothing illegal, let me know. How do I get involved? You can find yourself being that way, especially if you're struggling financially, you're trying to pay debts, etc. But I really just want to encourage people, please, if you find that people are trying to pitch these schemes to you and trying to tell you to do this, and they're telling you to spend X amount before you can do this, please, please, I beg, just tell them where to stick it, because the chances are you will find that not only will you lose money, you will also lose a lot of time. This is pretty much a public apology to my friend JK for dragging him out and forcing him to wear a suit to something that was a complete waste of time, but also just a way of just kind of advising people to avoid those pyramid scheme style situations, because yeah, it's very easy to get sucked into it when you're struggling, but sometimes it's harder to find yourself out of it as well. So yeah, avoid them like the plague. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've ever been sucked into a pyramid scheme or almost sucked into a pyramid scheme. Let's talk about it. We need to be saying no to pyramid schemes in 2020. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure you stick around for my next story time. I haven't quite decided which story I'm going to tell next, but yeah, make sure you're tuning into my videos and my content. And thanks again for watching this video, and see you guys in the next one.